Ladies and gentlemen, when the foot-over bridge collapsed in Gujrat, in Morbi in 2022, the state government should have taken a cue. But 2 years later, 28 lives have been lost in Rajkot in another completely man-made disaster because of corruption. Republic has been on the ground in Rajkot since Saturday. And what we have reported should shock you. To make profits, the entire system was gamed by the owners. From IAS officers to police officials to the municipality, there was an understanding at every level to allow an illegal gaming zone to operate. As a result of that, 28 lives have been lost, out of which 8 of them are children.
રાજકોટ જો તમારે વેકેશનની સાચી મજા માણવી છે અને તમને એડવેન્ચર ખૂબ ગમે છે તો આ વિડિયો ફક્ત તમારા માટે છે.
They call themselves the biggest gaming zone in all of Saurashtra, promising high-octane games. But at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, as the weekend crowd made its way to Rajkot's TRP Gaming Zone, this was the horror they were left to deal with. Nine children inside the gaming zone perished in the fire, 28 in all, burnt beyond recognition. The reason? A series of lapses at the gaming zone. Look at this. Fire equipment lying unused. No NOC given. No permission for rides.
While one petition was being heard at the Gujarat High Court today, the other high voltage case was happening in the district court of Rajkot. While the FSL team was on the site collecting human remains, the DNA test is yet to be done, but the bodies have been charred to that level that only 5 bodies DNA test was possible today.
What started as a welding unit, sparks spotted in this CCTV, soon spread across the gaming zone. The owners had gamed the system. See this picture from the district collector to the DCP to the municipality in Rajkot. All of them given free rides at this gaming zone so that it could operate. The state government in Gujarat is directly responsible tonight. They must answer for the series of criminal lapses.
By senior journalist Ajay Umar and Manaswi Thapar, an advocate and panelist. Ajay Umat, in this case, I am quite surprised at the poor reaction from the Gujarat government. It seems to me that their only interest is in localizing the political impact of this incident rather than taking action. I mean, I just heard that the Rajkot police commissioner has been transferred. When they know that the entire system there, including the Rajkot civil administration, are involved in this, in what has led to this tragedy, how can they limit the reaction, Ajay?
Arnab, they have transferred commissioner of police, they have transferred municipal commissioner also afterwards, because Gujarat High Court told Gujarat government that now we don't trust you. We don't trust you. How can we trust you? Because what happened in Morbi, that Gujarat High Court has to take suo motu cognizance where 141 people died. Before 3 months, 18 children died in Baroda boat mishap, and again Gujarat High Court has to take suo motu cognizance. In Shrey Hospital in Ahmedabad, 8 patients charged to death. and Gujarat High Court has to take slow motor cognizance, and Gujarat High Court has directed government of Gujarat, all the municipal commissioner, urban development secretary, and they were told, if you see so many cases, I can cite you in last 5 years, Taksila Kand, where 22 young boys, they died, they jumped, they charged, their bodies were charged. And the only action was inaction on part of government of Gujarat. Every time they appoint a special investigation team, and then, they don't publish their report, they don't publish action taken report, and they don't even bother to put this report in the assembly also. So people are very angry in Gujarat, and this time also, it's an eyewash.
But how come they don't care? No,
knows-
but how come in this case, this should have been a huge controversy? It should have been debated. Have people just given up on protesting? You see, what has happened here is, Manasvi, this is like the Upar fire tragedy that had happened in the 1990s in Delhi. It shook the country's conscience. But just because this case is happening in Rajkot and not in the nation's capital, it's sort of been buried, taken off the headlines within a day. There is no investigation. There are no heads which are rolling, no minister who has been sacked.
Arnab, I'm thankful that you are taking up this debate to the national level, and I guess now other media should take it up. And it's very sad, from Morbi to Rajkot to everywhere, every city. If we do a minute study, if your team or any media takes it up, or any citizen takes it up, there would be multiple lapses in all these kind of operations. The nexus between the business houses, the nexus between the municipal corporations, the IS officers and the ministers are out in open. The people are dying. Only 5 bodies DNA could be taken up. Other 23 bodies were charged to the level that you can't recognize, you can't take up the DNS. That's the state of affairs. And no one is talking about this. The more bigger concern is no one is talking about this. It's shameful. It is sad.
And only
that
some
this is happening
suspensions.
in Gujarat.
And only some suspensions.
And
At the
only
most,
on the optics part, suspensions and transfers are happening. And if we are reminded of the Morbi Kand, what has happened? No after the SITs, where are the reports? Are we talking about it?
Yuvraj
these things are happening.
Pokharna, I'm told, supports the state government. What is there to support? I thought the chief minister should have resigned after this. If nothing else, the chief minister should have resigned, ministers should have resigned. 2-3 officials being suspended. Do you know the owner had not obtained the fire NOC? He was partying. He was partying with the local officials. The gaming zone had rubber and resin flooring, polystyrene thermocol, sheet partitions. Can you imagine this, Sohail?
Shameful.
Thermocol partitions, 1,000 tires, 3,000 liters of inflammable, flammable fuel. You are not allowed to store more than 25 liters without a license. You kept 3,000 liters. All the fueling was manual. And in order to make sure more people came in, you reduced the entry price to 99 rupees on the weekend, so that more children could come and more children could die. Then
It was a
they
deathbed in
did
waiting.
welding. They did welding when the games were in progress. So there was thermocol, thousands of liters of petrol, and welding going on. And no political responsibility.
In India, so 3 things happen in our fine country. Number 1, if you go and seek permissions after having done everything in the correct manner, you will never get that permission. It's like Hobson's Jobson's. Number 2, in order to get permissions, you have to bribe, and you have to bribe everyone, including bribe authorities, which you would have imagined would be more responsible. Number 3, when the accident happens, what happens is you start suspending people. Why don't you put a murder charge against the municipal officials and against the fire officials or whoever who are responsible for giving permissions? In a manner of speaking, it's culpable homicide. In a manner of speaking, it's abetment to murder, but you won't do that. So who gets caught? No one.
Nothing.
It's a brilliant system that has been, no pun intended, that has been gamed in India.
Yeah, Sohail,
Everyone is responsible.
Sohail, the
but
High
one
Court
is
says, that we can no longer trust the state government.
What does it mean?
I'm saying, what does it mean? If you can no longer trust the state government, okay,
It's very nice for the
state
High
government
Court
will say, don't
to
trust
say
us.
we don't trust
Big
the
deal.
administration. then who do you trust? Do you trust the government of Fiji? It's very fine for the justice system or the judges of the Gujarat High Court to say, we don't trust Gujarat's administration. Fine. Where does that leave the citizen of Gujarat?
Nothing.
Who should he trust?
These are only statements. They mean nothing unless it amounts to some action. So, Yuvraj, is there no shame in the state government? How many more incidents like this?
Arnab, if I may,
Yes.
yes, I'll start by paying homage to and condolences to the bereaved family, the children that are not with us, and you have been misinformed. I support the government at the center and the state with regards to polity, but I don't see any politics in this. This is not a political issue, and yes, we all are on the same page. But let me just add some facts to it. The stint of the Aam Aadmi with the rigmarole of the almighty Sarkari Babus, the labyrinth, is a sordid saga of
Everyone.
omissions and commissions.
Why are you reading?
No,
And
Sohail,
why
1 minute. These are lectures. Sohail.
Why are
No,
you
no,
reading
no,
from
no,
a
no.
script, my
It
friend?
is- it is
You're
not-
reading from a
What?
prepared
Shameful,
document that has
shameful.
been given to you as a spokesperson
Shameful,
for a
shameful.
government that you shouldn't be defending. Whose side are you on? And you're reading from a
Sohail
script.
ji, I'm not a
It just
spokesperson
shows
for
you, my
anyone.
friend, 1 minute.
And I
It
started by
shows you.
saying
Now
I
he brings-
support the
he brings
government
Aam Aadmi
when it
Party.
comes to the
From a
politics.
script.
And
The
this is not an issue
accountability,
of politics for me.
responsibility
I'm
of the
myself a
state
father
has
of
to
a
be
child.
the state
I don't see
administration
any
has to be
politics in this.
fixed. He's bringing Aam
Fine.
Aadmi Party, which is
Show
not
me
even a
one
political
government
party
in
When I
recognized
say
in
Aam
Gujarat.
Aadmi Party, I said Aam Aadmi. I did not say Aam Aadmi
Aam Aadmi
Party. I
Party
just said
is a
Aam
no
Aadmi.
party in
And
Gujarat.
that includes
The only
Manasvi, you
party
and
No, no,
me.
in
I
you're
said
Gujarat
Aam
is
not a
BJP.
common
Aadmi.
man.
The only
Don't
party
twist-
who can
don't
do
twist
something
my
is
words.
BJP.
I
This
know
is
you're
what
a good
happens
It's,
when you
lawyer,
it's a
read from a
failed,
Saraswati.
prepared
I know
miserable
you're a good lawyer.
administration
Don't twist
right
my
now.
words. Arnab ji, I
And
clearly
he's talking
said.
about-
Okay, I'll tell you.
I did not
1
say
minute.
Aam
One
Aadmi
minute. One
Party.
minute.
Please allow me to
1 minute. Yuvraj, 1 minute.
Please
Yuvraj.
allow me to make a limited point.
I haven't got
And
your
my
point
friend,
yet.
On television, when you read on Arnab's show, you can come to know people get caught. Even
Yuvraj,
a politician from the Congress party
Yuvraj,
got
if the
caught
chief
when he was
minister,
reading.
if the chief minister feels he's not responsible, I want him to issue a statement. Otherwise, I have a picture here. Ajay Umat knows the collector, the SP, the municipal commissioner, the other police officers, all going go-karting,
Yes.
smiling and partying. And now, Ajay, they say we didn't know why children died. Of course you knew. How do I know you've not been bribed?
Arnab, I can identify all this. Arun Mahesh Babu, collector of Rajkot. Rajkot Municipal Commissioner, who should be the most responsible person, Amit Arora, a senior IAS officer. Then District Superintendent of Police, Mr. Meena, and another Mr. Meena, who was Deputy Police Commissioner of that region, of that zone. You know, they all are responsible, and there are many such pictures. I can say from March 2021 to this May 2024. Since last 4 years, this is going on, and they were having party. You will find, you know, tins of beers and liquors there, and you know they have virtually demolished
And
everything.
I'm saying here that what is happening is we are probably only thinking, oh, could there be a political impact of Rajkot? Could there be a political impact of Pune? Both are BJP ruled governments. Are to hell with that thinking? Both
And
these
how do you
governments
defend
also answerable to the
Mr.
people.
Mr. Yuvraj, with all due respect to you, my friend, how can you, as an intelligent young man, defend anyone? No one is talking about political parties or politicians, my friend, but politicians make up that government. You know what happens when whales fight, shrimps are eaten? You have sacrificed by suspending people, the junior most people. Why should the chief minister not resign?
No,
Is it not an indictment
No,
of the
Sohail,
chief minister and his
Sohail,
administration?
Sohail.
With all due respect, Arnab, if I may.
Yeah.
With all due respect, what do you want the government to do? You want an elected government to flout the laws
should have
openly?
done it much
I mean, this
before.
is how
What do you want the
society
government to do?
Where was the NOC?
I want your government to stop pretending that it is blind. I want your government to stop pretending that it is blind, that it did not know. This was happening under the nose of the Gujarat government, sir.
Expect them to flout
This was happening under the nose of the Gujarat government.
You're right.
How can you
It's a
say,
great
what would you
question
expect the
asked from
government to do?
Goswamis. 1 minute.
Where
It's
was
a
the
great
writing like
question
this?
you
Where is
asked
the
a common
NOC?
How can you
citizen
start such
on
a
Arnab
facility
Goswami's
without
program.
NOC?
What should the government do?
They've created
Number one,
Yuvraj,
the
Yuvraj,
government
the basic question is, without the NOC, how could you even start the facility?
This homicide.
How
This is
could
a
you
man-made
start the
tragedy.
largest gaming center
The
The
without
law
the
will
NOC?
take.
1 minute,
But
Yuvraj.
sir, the law will
Let me
Yuvraj,
tell you what the
take.
government should do. Let me
Yuvraj,
tell
the
you.
law
simple
does-
and the
the
basic
government,
question what comes
the
to the
chief
minds of the
minister
conscience of the
should
people is,
offer to
where is
resign.
the NOC?
The chief minister
Where
should
is
offer
the
to
NOC?
resign. Let me tell you what the
Arnab.
government should do. A, the chief minister should offer to resign. B, if the chief minister believes he is not at fault, there must be the resignation of the minister who's in charge of these facilities or PWD or municipality or whatever the hell it is. Number 3, you should have the Gujarat government apologize and do a white paper in front of the High Court of Gujarat, which has actually censured you. I cannot imagine any High Court
Absolutely.
saying to its own state government that your administration
Arnab,
cannot
You
be
see,
trusted.
viewers, these are the
What
pictures
worse
that
than
are coming
can there
from
be?
Gujarat. I'm showing you pictures. These are live visuals coming in. See the pictures. Someone wake up. Someone wake up. Nobody's asking the Gujarat government the questions. Where is Harsh Sangvi, who leads the charge as the Minister of State as Grah Rakshak Dal, Gram Rakshak Dal, Gujarat Home Secretary A.K. Rajkesh? Why are they not taking responsibility for the incident? I tell you this, Ajay wants to say something, very experienced journalist.
Yeah.
Ajay, I just can't believe this, that this entire news report has been covered up by the national media. Ajay.
Arnab, everybody is hiding, but I am telling you, this is not only death zone. This is not the only death zone. In Ahmedabad, they had sealed 18 yesterday because, all these 18s were running without license, without fire safety, without building use permission, and without police license. That means in Ahmedabad, in Baroda, in Surat, in Rajkot, in Jamnagar, in Bhavnagar, in Mehsana, more than 100 such death zones are running.
Rizwan wants to say
Government
something here. Rizwan hasn't spoken. Rizwan, we need to do something here. We need to intervene.
Yes. See, first and foremost, let me talk about the entire system and how it works. An elected government is elected under the Constitution. It is for the people and by the people. And here we are talking about the people who have appointed the government who are on the suffering end. Also, it is very clear and very evident, and nobody can deny the fact that an incident to this scale has happened, and where the government, forget owing to the responsibility of what has happened, has not even come forward to take any action in this regard. And when I say action, there is a procedure, there is a protocol, there is a system which needs to be followed. Nothing seems to have been followed. Instead, what we see is that people who are supposed to be controlling the system, who are supposed to be looking into the affairs of that particular state, who are supposed to be the law enforcement agencies, they seem to be in hands with the people who are on the wrong side of law. So when a normal common man sees such system failure, and the people who are involved in the system failure are the people who have been appointed by them and who are supposed to be governing them. When the High Court...
I think there are two news reports today. It is the responsibility of the media, which unfortunately the political system wants to kill. The first is the reporting on the real culprits in Pune. And the second is the real responsibility in Rajkot. I would like to say clearly to the Gujarat Chief Minister, if he cannot take action, he should himself quit. If he wants to protect his ministers, he should himself quit first. And if he does not believe in the system of collective responsibility, then at least let him face me on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the way I see it is that justice cannot only be seen to be done on the surface of things. It has to be done in the absolute. Cosmetic action cannot be passed on as serving the cause of justice. Both in Pune and in Rajkot, the people are being fooled. And let people say this is the trial by the media. So be it. Let people say the media is unfair. So be it. I still request the Honorable Supreme Court of India to intervene in both these cases. I'll see you on the other side of the political debate.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.